Hello, everyone. Today we're here with Ines. We'll be reviewing Dockup's front-end and back-end agents. Yes, first of all, how are you, Ines?
I'm doing well, thank you, Kurtulush. I hope you are too.
I'm fine too, thank you. Now, in Dockup, we have two agents. As you can see on the screen, one of them is on the left, our front-end agent, and on the right side, we have our back-end agent. And in the middle, we can directly see the preview of the mobile application. First, let's see how it works.
Now, how did you get here, Kurtulush? Let's start from there, if you'd like.
Of course.
Where are we? How did you get in here?
Yes, where are we? We are currently on the Dockup dashboard. Here, by clicking New Project, we can start either web front-end projects or mobile application projects with a single click. And what's important here is that we can go through the entire process with zero programming knowledge without writing a single line of code. We had already started our project. I'm entering the project by clicking on Dockup. First, let's say I want a simple login page. Let's do a test like that and get started. I type build a simple login page and send the request to my front-end agent, and the moment I send it, the agent immediately starts building. And on the right side...
So right now, we are building the mobile application.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Exactly. And the application we're building...
So we can build a mobile application here without entering any code with Dockup AI.
Exactly. And as you can see, the login page appeared directly in seconds. Simultaneously, let's send our request to the backend agent as well. Let's say the moment I type build a simple login register API, my backend agent also starts working. Now on the backend agent side, we actually have a very nice feature. Right here, after the agent finishes its task, an icon will appear. Let's wait for it if you want. While our backend agent is working, we also have a feature like this. Look here. On the front-end side, we can see the expo logs, and on the back-end side, we can see the back-end server's logs live directly from here.
Now, after we build this mobile application, we can easily push it to GitHub up there.
Absolutely.
We can reflect it instantly, right? With a single click.
Exactly. We can reflect it with a single click.
Great.
If we want, we can also download the source code and continue developing it locally. Yes, now...
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Source. So, can we change the source code in this system right now?
Of course. You have complete freedom. Anyone can download the source code and continue developing it locally in a completely free way. Now my backend agent has finished its task. The icon I mentioned earlier has appeared here. Now what does this icon do? The moment I click it, it shows us all the endpoints on the API side that my backend agent wrote. Request bodies, responses, we can see all of them in great detail. But the goal here is to advance the process without knowing software by writing zero code. So you don't actually need to be familiar with these. Here, the moment we just press the copy icon and send the data we copied to our front-end agent, our artificial intelligence connects the API to our mobile application and delivers it to us. That's the whole process, actually. Now, there's also a feature like this. Let's say...
Again?
Yes.
Again, I'm asking now just to fully grasp the subject.
Okay.
Why did you take it from the right side and copy it to the left? I mean, what was the exact reason?
Of course. Now, in Dockup's artificial intelligence architecture, we adopt a process like this. When we load both the front end and the back end into a single agent, the artificial intelligence can get a little confused. What we're actually aiming for here is this. We have two separate artificial intelligence agents that are completely specialized in their own fields. One of them only writes front end and the other one only writes back end.
I see.
And our backend agent actually gives us all the endpoints it wrote as a document here to completely automate the process. The only thing we need to do here is to copy the document from here and give it to our front-end agent on the left.
I see.
Yes. We also have a feature like this. For example, let's say you want to test this on a real device, not in the preview. Look, the moment you click on the QR code here, you get a QR code directly and also a URL. You can scan this QR code with your normal physical device and test the application in the same way. If you want, you can also test the application in the same way directly via the URL on simulator devices on MacBook devices.
So we'll download this application. We download the Expo Go application to our phone, and we can easily watch the application we wrote and designed here live on our phone.
Yes, that's absolutely right. In fact, there's another feature. Since all of this whole process runs on the server side, I mean, let's say you entered the task from here and closed all the, website tabs. The agent continues to code in the background. It continues to work. You can open it again whenever you want and check the current status. For example, as you can see here, I can download the project directly with a single click. There was the matter of GitHub. Now you already log into Dockup with your GitHub account. The moment you click on GitHub here, it asks for a repo name. I gave it a name, Dockup Test App. I can share this as public or private, whichever I want.
So from here, we can actually set up a repository on GitHub.
Exactly. You don't need to go to GitHub at all. You just create it from here. The moment you click create, it handles the entire process itself.
This would save a lot of time for most developers.
As you can see, with a single click, it created the repo and actually sent all the files here. There's also a feature like this. Now, Dockup is not just for developing applications. For example, let's say I have a web project or an API project. From here, you can right-click, and the moment you click on the GitHub repo, you can deploy it with a single click. For example, let's choose a repo from here. Deploy.
Since we logged in with GitHub, since we logged in with our GitHub, it's connected to all the repos on GitHub, and with a single click there, we can deploy all the services here.
Exactly. In fact, if you want, there are also database options like, for example, Postgre, MySQL, and MongoDB. For example, I want to create a Postgre database. I click create from here. It's ready right now in just a few seconds.
So which languages are suitable?
Well, it's suitable for all programming languages. You can deploy your projects directly with just a very basic Docker file. For example, I chose this one here just for testing. This one gave an error, for example. I can see the errors directly from here. For example, I go to the runtime logs. I can see the whole process from here, and with a very simple Docker file, we can actually deploy all programming languages here with a single click.
Okay, so can we move the mobile application we just built in Dockup Architect to the project? I mean, add the one we built there to the workspace?
Of course you can. In fact, for mobile applications, deployment is not really necessary on the front-end side. We can deploy the back-end projects directly. But let's assume, for example, that we're making a website. From here, let's create a front-end project, for example. Now, with front-end projects, there's something like this. Dockup gives us a free domain directly. So we can actually move our projects to production directly through a free domain. Let's say we want to use our personal domain. In that case, we can also connect our own domain to the projects with just a very simple CNAME record.
So wherever the domain is registered, for example, it could be GoDaddy or various other places, wherever it's registered, we can go into a DNS CNAME and connect our domain directly.
Exactly. It's a process that takes a few seconds and it handles everything automatically, like the free SSL certificate and so on. Now, if you want, let's also create a web project. I just need to enter a prompt, as I said. I'm sending a simple request saying build a landing page. Here again, we have a mobile feature. So we can actually see the mobile view of the websites we build directly inside a phone.
So if we want to build a landing page, we'll choose landing page first. But if we want to build a mobile app, we'll choose mobile, right? When we click it?
Exactly. They are both completely different.
They are different. The agents behind both of them, agents...
Yes.
The agents are agents written entirely for that specific field?
Exactly. For example, if you notice our front-end agent here, it wasn't creating a to-do list on the mobile side earlier. But since the front end requires much more complex page structures, we gave our agent here we gave it permission to create a to-do list. Yes, as you can see, there can be errors in the code, but our agent can solve them all automatically. So we actually built a website from scratch in a few seconds here.
Now, the great thing here is this: the system sets up a landing page that fully complies with all the rules. I mean, for example, contrasts are especially important. Then, regarding usability, it's a landing page carefully designed in accordance with these.
Yes, definitely, and it's quite modern.
It looks very nice, by the way, I mean, with just one prompt. Now, we can also customize its content in the next prompts, right? As we wish.
Of course, of course. Whether it's the design or the content, we can handle anything we want by entering a prompt here again. If you want, let's take a look at the deploy feature.